Well, good morning, Seinfelders. This is episode 1 of Seinfeld's 2017. Welcome to the live stream. I've just watched my first episode of Seinfeld, and I've just been watching the pilot, or the Seinfeld Chronicles, as it's often known, and I've been watching it on Amazon Video rather than the DVD. So if you are tuning in, technical thing first and foremost, I watched the version without the weird Seinfeld Chronicles branding, which I'll talk about in a second. But let's kick it off. I'm outside today. This is my garden. I'm feeling very zen in my garden. You can see the lovely bamboo behind me, absorbing all the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, giving back oxygen, giving back life, which I'm hoping a bit of Seinfeld will do to you all. Also, it's a little subtle reference to the stand-up comedy act at the start of the episode where Jerry talks about being out, so I'm out. Ha ha ha. As you might already know, Seinfeld is not fully formed yet. This is my first episode, so I'm still going through what is going to be the best format for this. It'll probably be a lot more interactive in the future as we build more fans, but you know what? It's kind of, it's telling because Seinfeld is kind of being formed at the moment as well. So if you've just watched the first episode, it felt a bit weird. It didn't really feel like later Seinfeld episodes. First of all, the title sequence already, there was a lot more stand-up. The logo was completely different. Jerry's apartment looked a bit weird with this kind of woody motif. Where was Elaine? Elaine wasn't there. There was Claire, the waitress, who sort of disappears in later episodes. And of course, Kramer's called Kessler, which is kind of odd. So sort of feels like a draft version of Seinfeld we watched this morning, rather than something that's fully formed. So if you are new to Seinfeld, it gets better. If you've seen this before, you know it gets better. This is like a little tease, a taster before the good stuff comes in later on. But there are signals, Jerry. Jerry, there are signals, as George says in the episode, that things are going to get a lot better. I think when you watch the episode, you see that both George and Jerry are kind of fully formed as characters. George especially feels very much like George later on. Jerry is still being Jerry. If you've ever seen any of his stand-up, a lot of the stand-up in that episode was taken from some of the work that he did on TV shows at the time. And so that's been incorporated to the episode. I think there's a lot less of it coming in the next 4 episodes of season 1. And the Kramer doesn't feel like Kramer just yet, but he's coming. But you can see there are bits of pieces that will be consistent. So the show did feel like it was about nothing. The show was primarily about Jerry waiting for this girl Laura to come from Detroit to come and see him, and things like washing machines and watching baseball. Nothing really happened. So you can feel at Seinfeld, it feels very different from stuff that was on at the time. I think this came out in 88 or 89, when things like The Cosby Show and Family Ties were on, very family-oriented, kind of quite dull, and this was adult subject matter, which is very different. So you can already feel something good is brewing, but it's just quite not there yet. So I'm going to give this 3 muffin tops out of 5. It would be hard for me to give a higher rating now, primarily because I guess it's not quite there yet. There's bits and pieces. Elaine's not there. Kramer's not fully formed, but you know it's coming. You know it's different. It's something good is brewing with this show. Here's my odd parallel with what's going on in the world today. As you know, it's January 20. It's Friday morning where I am in London. It's 0. That's why there's little smoke, steamy things coming out of my mouth. But later on today, Trump is going to be inaugurated as the 45th president of the USA. And as I said, this is not a political live stream, but it would be, I would have to talk a little bit about it. We don't know what's coming with Trump. In the same way, if you're watching Seinfeld for the first time in 1988 or 89, you don't know what's coming. So let's hang on in together. Let's stay together. You know, good things might be happening over the next 6 months. We don't know. Bad things might happen. We don't know. But let's tough it out. One thing I do know is the inauguration ceremony is going to be dreadful later on. I think 3 Doors Down are playing. I thought it was Third Eye Blind, which have that really nice kind of do song, but it's not even them. I have no idea what music they've got. I think they've got one half of Sam and Dave, and that's it. So if you want to sneak out a couple of extra Seinfeld episodes during the inauguration rather than watching, I don't blame you. But we'll be back here tomorrow morning. I'm going to do it at 9 a.m. GMT because on the weekends people want to sleep in a little bit more. But during the weekdays it'll be 8 a.m. GMT. Tell your friends, tell your family. Add in some comments. We're going to make this more interactive in the future rather than just me talking. But first episode, again, 3 muffin tops out of 5. Good things are coming. Hang in there. We're going to have some more Seinfelds.